Dani?
Are you real?
So, Blu, thank you so much for being here today. I'm very excited to get the chance to talk to you. I finally got a chance to see New Mutants, and I really, really dug the movie. It's one of my favorite comics, and getting to see it come to life on the big screen, especially a character like Dani Moonstar, it was so cool because, you know, this has been such a long journey for this movie, so finally getting to see it, the end result was just really gratifying. So I'm curious, for you, how did your first day on set compare to your last day on set?
I think I was a completely different person from the first day to the last day, you know, like a totally transformed, different person. I'd gone through so much in the, like 4 months of filming, I think. I remember my first day just feeling so nervous and excited. I had so much energy. It was like, you know, vibrating basically. And, but then on the last day, I just remember like the extreme sense of relief and like excitement that I was very tired, and it didn't hit me how tired I was, until we wrapped, until they called cut on the last shot, you know?
What was the last thing you shot for the movie?
It was me running through the snow. I want to say, I know I was wearing my pajamas. The little blue shirt and like, yeah, I know I was wearing my pajamas. So I think it was on the soundstage and we had like the snow set and the wolf was there. So me and the wolf were the last actors to wrap.
It feels like there's this real sense of bonding between you and the rest of the cast beyond what you just experienced from the characters, because obviously everyone is in character, they're doing their best acting, but like some stuff it's hard to fake because you want to really have that sense that you all like each other and appreciate each other. So tell me about working with this cast, because it's filled with such incredible people.
We really did form such an intense bond through the filming. We were all much younger too at the time, and I think they're relationships that, you know, will last forever. And I mean, Maisie's one of my like greatest friends now. The first time I ever went to Europe was to see Maisie. I went to London and I was like, whoa.
One of the things I want to talk to you as well about is the relationship between Dani and Rain. It was a highlight of the movie for me as well, because it feels quietly revolutionary in the way that it doesn't make a big deal about how these are two young queer women finding each other during difficult times. It's not this big character-defining coming out arc like you see in so many other projects out there. So tell me a bit about working with Maisie in particular and crafting this relationship between your two characters.
I think crafting Dani and Rain's relationship came really, really naturally to us, and we never even really thought about it. I think maybe we like practiced the kiss once, like before we're like, okay, we just need to like kiss really quick so that it's not weird when we do it and all the cameras are on us, you know? Like I remember I think we were nervous about not like being two girls kissing, but like, is it gonna like look okay? Like we had to make sure the kiss looks good, you know? But it came really naturally to us. Like we had so much fun on set, her and I. We were constantly laughing. We were really inseparable. We were really great friends on set. And I think it really translates into the friendship and the love that the two characters feel for each other. We were really excited to be playing this like incredible like queer relationship. It really meant a lot to us.
Yeah, and it's so nice to see that centered first and foremost in a gigantic superhero story, one based on the Marvel comics like this. You know, speaking of the comics as well, you know, there's so many fans out there, especially of Bill Sienkiewicz's incredible, just engrossing artwork. And I understand that he visited the set as well. What was it like getting to speak to someone who had a hand in bringing these characters to life back in the day?
Oh, it was really cool. You know, he was like a really cool guy. He was very eccentric and like funny, and he really, I could see it was very emotional for him to see the characters come to life, you know? I think especially like with him, like Anya looks just like Ileana. And I remember him like looking at her because she looks dead on like Ileana in the comic. I think it was really special for him to see the characters he had drawn like standing in front of him, you know, physically as people. And it was really fun to talk to someone who's like been around with comics for so long.
What was your first experience with the New Mutants comics like?
I didn't know about New Mutants specifically until I auditioned. I didn't know about Dani Moonstar, and that was like when I found her, I bought all the comics. When I found out that I kind of had an inkling that I was gonna get the role, and I knew it was New Mutants and I knew it was Dani Moonstar. I went to this comic book store in LA, and I went in and I went up to the front and I was like, can I get like every New Mutants comic you have? And he was like, New Mutants? Like, nobody, like, that's just like not, it's just not, it wasn't like it's not popular, you know? So he was very like, and I was like, you know, like I wanted to just say it like right then, like I am gonna be a superhero in the comic book. Just give me the comic books, dude. But I remember just buying like this big box of them and going home and just like sorting through them and, you know, really looking at her, and I just really loved her so much.
Obviously, this was a long journey from this film, from sort of concept to completion. What does it mean to you that it's now out in the world and going to be available to people at home as well, especially now that we're all sitting at home with a need for new movies to watch?
I'm really happy it's out, and like it is like selfishly, I'm happy I was finally able to kind of move on from it this summer. Like when it was finally released, I felt like a new person once it had come out. I was like, you know, yeah, I don't even know what to say about it because I'm just happy and relieved that it's going to be out, and it's out in every form that it could be out. Like it played at drive-ins, and that was really cool. But, you know, not everybody can do that. Like I don't have a car, like I don't drive, so I couldn't go to the drive-in and see it. People shouldn't really be going to movie theaters, and I'm just happy it's finally going to be seen. And I think it's kind of the perfect, fun movie to watch like at home on the couch, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it feels like a great night out at the movies, but you can now have that at home. So I'm curious as well, because, you know, there are so many of us who are running out of things to watch. This will be a nice addition to our repertoire, but I'm curious, what would you pair this with in a double feature for a home movie night? And what is your ideal movie snack?
Oh, okay, my ideal movie snack is red vines, always. Red vines are like, to me, they are the ultimate moviegoer's candy. Are you from the West Coast originally? I have to ask this. Yes, I am. Okay, this explains it. This explains it. I'm of the Twizzlers camp, but I wish you well. But red vines don't exist on the East Coast. So you didn't really, if you're from the East Coast, you didn't really have a choice. Like, yes. A little loud out there. I'm in New York, and it's like, yes, those are all Twizzlers fans out there. Actually, for Christmas last year, I was on the East Coast, and one of my best friends, he got me a giant package of red vines and movie tickets to a movie theater because I miss them so much. But I guess I would probably pair New Mutants. I mean, I know we've said it before, but definitely like Nightmare on Elm Street. And maybe even, I was just watching this thing about how the sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street actually had a lot of queer undertones and themes. I didn't know about that. So I'm thinking Nightmare on Elm Street 2 and New Mutants. After playing a character like Dani, who was sort of confined in this sort of facility where there was no escape, did that prepare you at all for a year like 2020? And how have you been spending the time while at home? Actually, I really think making X-Men prepared me for 2020, because at that point I was like, well, anything can happen, you know? First I quarantined with my mom, which was fun until it wasn't. And then I quarantined completely alone. And I felt it very transformed by the end of it. And I think, you know, COVID is awful and quarantining is really difficult. And I tried to take it as positively as I can for myself. And I really feel like I'm a new person coming out of it. And like, I have like the things I want in my life are more reprioritized. But I watched a lot. I watched all of The Sopranos in like 5 days. which was psychotic. I know.
I respect it. I respect the hustle.
I did go insane sometimes, or I woke up on my living room floor one night and I was like, did I fall asleep on the floor? Like, what? Like, I would go a little crazy, but.
Look, I think anyone who hasn't gone at least a little bit crazy during quarantine is lying to themselves, or they just haven't realized it yet, and they will soon enough.
No, yeah. They're probably just crazy. They were crazy before. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah. They were just pre-gaming quarantine their whole life. Now that New Mutants is out in the world, people can get it on home video on 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and digital. What is something that you'd like people to take away from this viewing experience?
I would like people to just have fun and, you know, to, when it ends, to just like feel a little bit lighter, you know? It's a fun movie and with young people going through things. It's an homage to older films. It really is about like dealing with trauma and, you know, maybe hopefully that can like land on people, especially during these times. Just like offer a moment of levity, you know?
I think during a year like this, we could all use a great deal of levity, and I think this is a great way for people to get that. Blu, thank you so much for taking the time. It was a pleasure talking to you, and congratulations again.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Bye.
Awesome.